There was sometimes on a Wednesday where I wouldn't go out because I wanted to, believe it or not, win on the next week, or you wouldn't go out on a Saturday and stuff, and you're, 17, 18, thinking about that, which obviously shows how powerful it can be. The intrinsic motivation to me is probably the personal battle that you have with yourself, whether it be getting up early or doing the last rep that no one else wants to do. Obviously for me, when I was younger, it's probably the missing piece that I had was probably attitude. And then, yeah, I sort of gave it the old world against me speech to myself every day when I went to training and stuff. Like, I used to think everyone else didn't want me to succeed, so that was what motivated me back then. That's what my mum always used to say to me, is that you're gonna have to work that much harder to get noticed, because they don't want to notice you. Almost like the invisible boy in the corner. So yeah, that was always like a sort of motivator for me growing up through the age group stuff. Just, they don't really want to pick me, so I'm going to make them pick me. I had a 12-pound weight set from Argos that my mum bought me when I was like 13. I used to do hundreds and hundreds of reps on that, like 2 kg lat raises, which is nothing, but I used to do a lot of them. I find with the pain threshold, I find the more you think about it, the easier it becomes. People say forget about it, don't think about it, but I find the more I think about it, the easier it becomes. You start sort of cussing yourself in your own head and telling you need to keep going. But when you talk about the pain threshold, it's when you're all in the same boat, if you know what I mean, as a team, and you're working towards the same thing. That's when it becomes a little bit easier, and you find stuff that you never thought you had inside you. When you're on your own, again, you dig deep into the mental pit in your head, and you come out and you again find out something about yourself that you didn't think you could do. The nicest bit about the pain threshold is doing it with someone else, and the hardest bit is doing it on your own. When you've grafted as hard as you can and you get what you wanted, it's the best feeling there is. I tend to think about that a lot, like you could be doing something else, or it could be my old man driving to Bath every day to work on the student accommodation, stuff like that. So that's another motivator for me, like just thinking it's either this or that. So that's what sort of gets you out of bed, and that's the hardest bit, innit, when your head's on the pillow and you're so comfy. You got to roll out of bed and get up, put the shoes on and go to work. I see things differently now as a father, as a dad. I can see why people are doing stuff a lot more now, and I've got a lot more patience. But again, it's one of those things that happen to you and people say, oh, you've changed so much, and you think, have I? Or is it just a perception of he's matured so much now he's had a kid? Well, I still play League of Legends 3 hours a day, so. Biggest challenge for me is when you're going well and you do something that's good, keep on doing it. Like, that's how the best stay the best, isn't it? That's hard, is like staying at the top and keep doing it every single day relentlessly, because you know what the end product is. Now I've seen the process and done it, I'm hungry for it, you know? It's easy for me to motivate myself. If I can leave the game a happy man, I don't want to be one of those who ever end rugby and think, oh, I wish I did this, or wish I did that. I just don't want any regrets. And then I feel like I've achieved what I set out to achieve, which would be to show people from where I'm from that you don't have to just work as a brickie or a scaffolder. You can do what you got to do.